We fix water systems,
bridges,
roads, and then we're seeing, like Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, making the trails safer through the caves, but they're also making them ADA compliant.
Back in 2020, Congress passed the Great American Outdoors Act, which set aside a lot of money, $6.65 billion to be exact, to address repairs that have been on the back burner for years.
The only other agency in the entire federal government that has more infrastructure than the National Park Service is the Department of Defense.
Okay, so NPS has a ton of infrastructure, some 75,000 assets. And due to years of underfunding, small repairs have ballooned into big problems for some of our national parks. But the Great American Outdoors Act is looking to address that.
$6.5 billion is transformative for the National Park Service.
And improvements are not just happening in one or two parks. Repairs are happening in parks all across the country.
It's been such a success in terms of getting the money on the ground and getting parks fixed.
More than 400 critical repairs and maintenance projects have been addressed so far. For instance, Cuyahoga Valley National Park in Ohio received $21.1 million to stabilize its riverbank to reduce erosion and improve water quality. Saratoga National Historic Park finally has the funding to update worn signage and is going to be able to provide universal accessibility to all routes and trailheads.
So these investments from the Great American Outdoors Act are absolutely mission critical to Acadia National Park.
I spoke with Todd Martin, MPCA's Northeastern Program Manager, to find out more about what's happening in Acadia National Park in Maine.
The park received funding for 2 projects, including $32 million to replace an outdated and unsafe park maintenance and workshop facility, plus another $7.8 million to replace outdated water and wastewater systems at the park's Schoodic district. So funding from the Great American Outdoors Act will help to make sure that park staff have a safe space and enough space to do critical work.
Look, we talk a lot about the importance of funding, but that's because it makes such a huge difference in the health and stability of parks.
But there's much more that's needed. So that's why reauthorizing the Great American Outdoors Act is so critical for Acadia National Park and national parks all across the country.
We work so hard day in and day out to protect the parks and to work with Congress to make sure parks, remain preserved and protected.
In the MPCA, we will continue to do so to make sure that the Great American Outdoors Act National Park Maintenance Fund is reauthorized. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.